What's going on, folks? You already know what time it is, baby. Kirkwood Kuzzinz era has started. So we getting ready to get to it, man. So I got my guys in here. We're going to do, as I said before, we're going to have a segment where we have the fans to come in tonight. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my crew. We got the magnificent BirdCage crew in the building. We got the Salt and Pepper One Graybeard, and we got K-Dub in the building. We have more that are going to be coming along. I apologize for my YouTube viewers if that was a little late getting up, but we got it up tonight, baby. So we getting ready to get to it. So you either gonna get right or you get left up in this thing here, baby, because we own it tonight. So welcome, fellas. A lot of movement today, man. A lot of movement today.
Man, it has been an action-packed week so far, man, with all the moves that have been going on. But hey, man, Birdcage family, man, appreciate y'all kicking it with us, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man, for all the premium ATL content we blessing y'all with. K-Dub, man, how you feeling, homie?
Oh man, as always, glad to be in the building. Like he said, the Captain Kirk, or Kirk Frost, or Kirk Cobain. We got all kind of names for. So whatever you like, and take your pick. We finally got a quarterback in this beat. So let's get it. So like I say, man, all our listeners, subscribers, followers, everybody out there, hit that like button on your way in. And definitely, if you don't hit it on your way in, you definitely got to hit it on your way out because the Birdcage is in. Let's get it in. Hey, it's good to be in the building tonight. Graybeard, historian, whoever may come on and join us tonight. Glad to be in the building. Let's get it. Let's get into it.
Man, shout out to our boy. First and foremost, he show us love every week on his show. Shout out to our guy, the Dixon Way, Larry Dixon, some of the best commentary in the game. When you talk about all sports, not just Atlanta sports, all sports. This man got about 5 or 6 different podcasts going on top of having a regular job, a wife, a kid. This man working like about 30 jobs like a fresh Jamaican off the boat. I'm telling you, the boy is good.
The grind is real.
Hey, say it hey, let's go ahead and say it like my man said on Coming to America. That boy's good.
That boy's good.
Shout out to my partner, man. But anyways, man, we got everybody up in the building. Thank you for joining us. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're just stepping in. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. The new I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and say it like this. We don't call him Kirk Kuzzinz. We call him Kirkwood Kuzzinz with the K.
Kirkwood.
Double K around this thing here, man, with our boy Kirkwood Kuzzinz. He signs his contract. The official era has begun. Now, expectations are we pretty much become the favorite in the division right now.
Right.
And not just being the favorite, you still have Tampa that's still going to be around the way. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at, I'll say this, when you look at the situation that's at hand right now, he's stepping into a situation where we've had bad quarterback play for the last 3 years, period. And not just the last 3 years have been bad. You look at the fact that we haven't been back to the playoffs since 2017 when we lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, who ended up winning the Super Bowl. Now, it gets better. On top of the guaranteed money that they're giving him, Terry been out here dragging these teams through the river like a bad yellow nigga. I can't say the word on here because, we got to keep it politically correct. So anybody that know about that UNLV, that diss record that they had for Mystical or whatnot, he dragging them through the river right now. That's what he doing. So, he's going back to his Louisiana roots right now. So it's a beautiful thing to see that we have somebody that is competent, that understands how to bring in talent, because we gonna get the old Mr. Peach turnover days in a minute. But we gonna talk about Kirk. But it's beautiful that you see that we've been able to surround Kirk with weapons. Cordero Hodge. Speed.
And we ain't done.
Nah. Think about it. You already had Drake London and Cordero Hodge from last year. I don't know what they're going to do with Scotty Miller because I know he was a free agent. But the question is, would you bring that back on top of having Darnell Mooney? You got another guy right now that is in the cut that we fleeced for Ritter, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm not even going to say his name because the man run a 4.3. 4.35 to be exact. Not 4.38, 4.35 to be exact. And he got hands. And now we have somebody that can actually get him the ball. Now, for everybody that's Kyle Pitts fans in this thing here, let's be honest. We will finally get to see if he's worth all the hype now. He's got a quarterback that can throw to him. Let's see what's gonna happen. Because we've been waiting on this for a long time. He's healthy, ain't no injuries out here. You got a guy that's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL right now. We keep him upright, you better produce. No excuses this year for you, dog.
Right.
I want to eat my words. I want to eat my words because I said hands down, wasted pick. I'm man enough to admit it. We got other content creators out here, and I ain't gonna throw names out there because it's some stuff going on that we're not involved in, and we're staying the hell out of it because that's not our lane. We don't operate like that. Elephants don't swat flies because flies are in the back and they float around the posterior area because of the scent. We don't do that. We look forward. So it was a shot thrown at us. Everybody know what shots been going on. It was a shot thrown at us, but hey, it is what it is, dog. Much respect to you. I pray that your show goes well, and I want you to do big things still for the Atlanta Falcons. But just understand this. Do not tread on these waters over here. Just letting you know that now. So,
hey, look, BirdCage is bigger than the BS, man. That's exactly the slogan.
Because we will not give you that attention. You only got 15 seconds of what we were talking about. So that's all you get from us. Now, getting back to business at hand, we got Coach Cam in the building. Apparently his camera has been not working today. We tried to get him straight. You know, I'm gonna let you slide for right now, but everybody that comes in here, you gotta have your picture up. So I want to ask you guys this. I rambled a little bit about what we should be seeing now. We have a quarterback that can throw guys open, pretty much. The question is, what productivity would you like to see come out of Kyle Pitts this year, as well as a Drake London and as well as a Kadero Hodge and this receiver core that they're putting together?
Well, I think he'll shine in this offense because the last time he had a quarterback was as efficient to get him the football, and it was an older quarterback, was Matt Ryan. He had a great year. We went to the Pro Bowl as a rookie. So I just feel like I would just be bold and like I think I forgot which one of our listeners and viewers that came on to I think maybe the last show. He might have suggested, it may have been Nando. I'm not sure. He suggested we no, it's not Nando. I'm not sure what the guy's name, but he suggested we go get Brock Bowers, man, and we move him to the slot, and we move Kyle Pitts to the slot, because then you're also getting basically an offensive lineman and a tight end because he does it all. He blocks very well, he catches the ball very well, he runs it very well, and he'll be there at 8. I mean, it'll be controversial, but what dog fan would like hearing Brock Bowers to the Atlanta Falcons
and move Pitts the wide receiver? I wouldn't be mad at it.
He go right to the slot, and he'll eat in this slot. But that's just my opinion. I
think that would be a smart move. That's just me, because here's the thing, like you said, Pitts Pitts is a fast guy. He's a mismatch for anybody. He's what they call a tweener. He's in between being a tight end and a wide receiver. You could use him, like you said, as a wide receiver. Use his strong suits. Let him be a mismatch for linebackers and safeties, period. He'd be a mismatch. And if you were to draft a Brock Bowers, and it went at this point and stage of the game, the way that Terry operates, we need to go defense. And I've been saying it for the longest, either go defense in the trenches or go offense in the trenches with these first few rounds. But I really see if he would pull a move like that right there, that would literally solidify this offense. That move would solidify the offense.
Because you're getting the best of both worlds. You're also getting the offensive lineman and you're getting the tight end. And you can slide Pitts. You know what I'm saying? Because Pitts just wants targets. He don't care where you playing at. You play outside. He just said he finally getting a quarterback that can really get him the ball and not just talk about getting him the ball.
Exactly.
So
Graybeard, I want to ask you this because K-Dub asked this question or whatnot. I'll ask you like this, man. So with what we have coming back or whatnot, coming back to this offense or whatnot. Now, you and I talked about Scotty Miller. That was a guy that was totally underutilized.
Yeah.
Now, would you sign him for the cheap and keep him here? Because you know that's just straight speed. You already got your big body receivers. You can get him for little to nothing. Because apparently they're letting you know that they're building up depth in that wide receiver room because they want to have like the 2016 Falcons had, where we had a plethora of receivers and tight ends offensively. And they had that also out there in Los Angeles with Raheem Morris when he was out there coaching against that offense that they had. Do you believe that that would actually also help enhance this room? Because we already got the running back room set. I say bring back Caleb Huntley, if you ask me.
Nah.
I think
No, I'm saying for depth purposes, because if somebody go down, you gotta have a third. You gotta have a third back. We just let go of CP.
right.
I'm for you to have a third running back. I don't want to cut you off, Gray Bill. I just want to get a thought in. But I just really like the guys coming out, man. There's some good guys in this draft. You want to build a young nucleus, like I keep saying. And I'm not saying I don't like Caleb Huntley, but I don't like him like that. So that's all I'm saying.
I mean,
if Duke Huntley doesn't get hurt, we already know that Bijan still comes here, but he ain't going nowhere because Duke was eating. Duke was eating. Let's keep that real. The only thing that messed him up was that Achilles, because he literally had better numbers at the beginning than Tyler Algier when he first started off, because Duke was just explosive and he was hard to tackle. Algier figured it out, and then he became William Andrews. I said it. What's going on, Uncle Steve?
huh? But
No, Uncle Steve's favorite player is William Andrews. So, yeah.
With the Scotty Miller, it depends on how much he gonna warrant. And, you know, I think Terry Fontenot have been doing outstanding with the checkbook and just getting what we need or whatever. I mean, having wide receiver depth is never a bad thing because we already need it. And you already know coming into the training camp, man, you know we're gonna have we're gonna need some training camp body or whatever. But having speed on the outside would just open up the playbook and also help up with the running game. So sometimes, you know, you can never have too much speed. So I'll be cool with it, but I still think we're gonna draft the wide receiver in the draft. It's probably gonna be late third round, late fourth round, because the draft and just go deep at wide receiver. You can't help but to just get one or two of them.
I wouldn't mind taking one in the fifth, man, because that's our sweet spot.
But with
Fourth and
UK
fifth
Dub,
round, Lord.
with UK Dub with the with my boy Brock Bowers. Look, I love Brock Bowers,
Yeah.
but man, look, we don't need him right now. We need to address the defensive end. We need to address the defensive tackle, and we also need to address the offensive line. Cause Kirk Cousins still recovering from that Achilles. We put too much money in this man for him to get banged up again. So we need to reinforce the offensive line to make sure it's strong, make sure it can protect, make sure it can do everything that we need to do to get this offense up. I want Kyle Pitts to be a red zone nightmare in the red zone, something that we haven't seen since he redrafted this man. We know he's physically talented. We know he got the attribute, but we yet to see a display. So hopefully he can elevate in that area with Drake London. I just hope he can be 1,000-yard receiver.
Oh, he's gonna show up.
Yeah,
He's gonna show up and show out. The key
so,
thing is,
But I
Go
just
ahead.
No, I'm just saying with Scotty Miller, I'll be open to him on a veteran league deal, but I can already guarantee he's gonna want a little bit more or whatever. So it's just whatever the front office come up with. But I'll be willing to open to let him stay. Cause like you said, you can never have too much depth, especially at the wide receiver.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this draft is deep. You'll get a receiver late and you get a great receiver late. I mean, it's just how this draft is going to fall. But at the top of the draft, when I'm talking about special players, Brock Bowers is special. See what I'm saying? That's the kind of players you don't come past every day. So you just pull the trigger and don't look back. You'll figure out that offensive line, because our offensive line, once you stack it up against the 32 other teams, we ranked out pretty well. We got to quit poo-pooing our offensive line. We can add depth to it and people behind it through free agency. Some of these guys that the historian brought up from the HBCUs, man, we can add, man. Terry cooking. Just let him cook, let him do his thing, man, and sit back and watch the show. Get your popcorn ready.
So you're saying that we should draft another skill player.
I want special, man. When you drafting at 8, you want special. I'm
But
Yeah.
just I'm
here's the
just
thing: you saying draft special or whatnot, but the one thing that we must do when it comes to this draft, you have to address the elephant in the room: pass protection. That is the biggest elephant in the room.
but
It's nice that we got all these receivers and all these guys. I get where you coming from, but we
but
also got tampering allegations that are going on right now.
and we
I'm
did. We
just saying.
tampered. And we
So,
tampered.
but here's the thing: even if we did tamper, here's the thing:
That's why you
if we
trade
did,
back.
and we yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we did lose picks, we're gonna trade back because
We
Terry's gonna
gotta
gain those picks back.
we gotta trade back because we were tampering. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put a step on it. We were tampering. We were talking and doing all kind of stuff behind the scenes.
Go with the Eagles.
Nah,
But it is
Mike, we're
what
not taking Hunter Renfro. Hunter Renfro is not worth the money, bro.
I'm going
He's
into the
washed.
draft.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
into
I'm
the
gonna tell you
draft.
somebody. We gotta go to the draft. Now we're talking about a pass rusher and everything, but here's the thing: we've swung and missed with a lot of great pass rushers. The thing is, if we're trying to win now, I think that should have been a spot that should have been taken. It's not over with yet. It's still people out there. We know Terry has been pulling rabbits out of the hat. That's something that he does. So we've got to see what Terry's also going to do because one of the things that we have going on is a divide with the fan base right now. Currently, right now, we still have a divide in the fan base. Now, we're going to have an open forum for fans to come in. It's going to be 2 minutes apiece, and you get to talk a little bit about what you like or what your disappointment is in that move. Now, understand this. I was one of the ones who said I wanted Justin Fields. I'm just going to be honest with you. I wanted him because he was a little younger, and I thought he would have had time to grow. However, when you look at Kirk Cousins, he's in a win now mode right now. And Raheem Morris knows that his leash is short because NFL stands for not for long. So if he's not productive within his first few years, whether that's winning the division or getting us to the playoffs, he's going to get the same fate as Arthur Smith, period. He will be gone. So the last thing he was going to do was keep around bad rubbish. So one of the bad pieces of bad rubbish was Desmond Ridder that he got rid of. And we're going to talk a little bit about Ridder hitting the dough right about now. So I'm going to get to that. I was wrong. I was one of the ones who, I was riding for him because of what the kid did in college. All of us on this panel were. Now, at the end of the day, Ridder was a guy that just was in a bad situation. And unfortunately, he did what Tack McKinley did. Let's talk about it. I'm not leaving Atlanta until we win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. Just come in and do your job. That's it. Don't say nothing. Just come in and work. That's what we need from the players, man. When they
But
start popping off at the mouth, they don't know how to.
I mean, you want the kid to be confident, but I just think, like Ryan said, man, we didn't put this man in a good predicament. We literally just we didn't get this man a quarterback coach. He was not coached up in no shape or form, whatever the case may be, and we literally said, okay, here you go, win. And he did. He showed promise. He showed potential. He just was not consistent. He was just turnover prone, and then on top of that, he was just making mistakes that a quarterback at his level should not make, which is holding on to the football, getting turnover, getting the red zone, all these things that were preached pretty much at the prep level. So, I mean, I hope him the best. I hope him get a chance to resurrect his career. But I just think, man, we just kind of dropped the ball on Desmond Ritter.
Shout out to Big Country. I'm sorry. Shout out to Big Low Country Sports, man. One of the
What it
best
is, what
content,
it do.
Falcon
Oh,
content
big
in
country,
the
what
in
it
the
is,
game.
homie.
What's going on? But he definitely shows us love and whatnot. Y'all check him out. He's got some interesting takes on the Desmond Ritter departure. Or I'm wearing
Oh, here
tonight
you
for
go.
all
Here
the
you go.
Desmond Ritter fans. I'm a veteran, just like my guys on the panel, and there's a few other vets that's out here. I have what we call fight to end 22 a day. So pretty much this is a program and a movement that's going on for people that are veterans, suicide, that's dealing with suicide, mental health issues, and it's a way to try to help folks. I'm wearing this shirt tonight for you Desmond Ritter fans that's pissed off that he's gone.
Let it go, man.
Let it
No,
go.
I'm wearing it. Here, look.
Let it
Instead
go.
of it being for suicide, and this is a great cause, we're gonna use this right here, this moniker tonight. We're gonna use this for saving Falcon fans and keeping them off the edge of the ledge. That's what we're gonna do tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Here you go,
So
man.
again, all I'm saying is this, dog. You have to realize that we've come to the end of the road, like Boys to Men say.
Yeah, man.
It's just what it is. You gotta, although we've come to the end of the road and they can't let go.
Boy, you a hater.
It's a natural. I'm gonna stop, boy. Boy, hey, YouTube gonna pull the show. I'm sitting here singing Boys to Men's song without any
They're gonna hit
type
you with
of royalties.
yeah. They're gonna hit you with copyright
I'm
issues.
telling you.
You
But
can sing it, but you just can't put the actual music. You good, bro.
hey, man, all I'm just saying, dog, is
Hey,
it's the end of the road.
it's
And
a new era.
I'm going old school tonight, y'all. Outside of being an old school Falcons fan, being 91 or whatnot, I'm going old school with the R&B tonight because it's Thursday, Throwback Thursday for all my New Jack Swing era, my 90s babies, and my 80s babies, and my 70s babies. The era that y'all jokers are a little older than me, but the era that y'all was jamming to Keith Sweat and begging these females back in the day like he used to.
No,
Yeah,
it actually started with your boy Lenny. Lenny is the goat. Come
yeah.
Oh, you talking about
back. Lenny is the goat.
Oh, 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 oh,
Lenny is
oh.
the goat.
Cause
Come
I
back. Hey,
love you.
it worked too.
He went back to Lenny.
Hey, Lenny worked.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
telling you,
But man,
Lenny worked.
it was a great trade that Terry
Yeah,
swung for Ritter. But Ritter,
definitely.
I'm just saying, I
Going
mean,
on,
to be a
April?
words of encouragement, I mean, he has to really just look at Geno Smith's career, man. You can turn it around.
Right.
But it's going to take some time. You may have to bounce around a little bit, but continue to stay with it.
Man,
Continue
look,
to develop your skills, man.
Gardner Minshew was a freaking Pro Bowler this year, bro. He had the best year he ever had in his entire career with the Colts. It can
Yeah, I
True.
mean,
happen.
and it
It
paid
can
and it and
happen.
it paid and it paid off. He got paid in free agency. So,
Look, we thought
uh,
Baker
But
Mayfield was
just
gonna be
think
a
about it.
bust.
We got Rondale Moore, 340, good hands, underutilized. Even though he was a day 3 pick of the NFL draft when he came out, this guy, you know, finished 2021 with 40 receptions. In 2023, he finished with 40 catches, 352 yards. And the thing is, he was underutilized because Kyler Murray couldn't get it right, and neither could Cliff Kingsbury when they had it. So it's just one of these things where we got to steal. We got to steal.
He beat us.
So now the question is, how do we use these weapons that we have? Are we going to see a reincarnation of 2016 when it comes to that passing game where it's spread out
I
and you
hope so.
see at least 15 to 20 different people score a touchdown?
I hope
That's
so.
the question.
I
all I
think that.
know is we're gonna see a lot of motion in this offense.
I mean,
It's
that's. I
heavy
think that's.
motion.
I think that's the main thing that people want to keep, man. It's us putting points on the board, man. We left so money. We left so much point off. I mean, we did not capitalize on the opportunity that we did last year, especially the way the defense was balling last year, giving us opportunity, getting us turnovers, and either we settled for three or a punt. So I mean, I just think with this that was looking at with this offense, he's trying to get speed and he's trying to just build on the wide receiver core, build on the tight end core. But first and foremost, before he do anything, he had to get the quarterback that was gonna be able to execute the playbook that he wants to run. And we got that guy. And Terry Fontenot is still cooking in free agency. I can only imagine what he's gonna do in the draft. Him and Raheem Morris. I just think right now, man, everybody should be a little bit more optimistic on what we're doing right now in the ATL.
Now here's the other thing that we ended up grabbing today. We ended up getting Ray McLeod today. That is another guy who is a solid receiver. You know, he had good plays when he was in, but he's mainly known for his special teams. And I speak on the third part of the game.
Punt return.
Avery Williams was a solid punt returner. I hated the fact that he, tore his ACL. It hurt. He's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
You got Ray McLeod, who's averaging, even though Ray McLeod doesn't have the yards average that Avery Williams does, he's a sure-handed guy. He definitely makes great sound decisions with the football when it's put in his hands. This guy was averaging 9.9 yards a return. So I think we can get it a little bit better for him here in Atlanta because he's going to have many opportunities to return punts because of the defense that we're returning.
Yeah.
So I feel like Ray McLeod could possibly be someone who could be another pivotal figure. Not saying that I'm going to compare him to a Tim Dwight, but I think he could have a Tim Dwight type of impact on the Falcons special teams unit because Avery Williams was starting to get that, but he got hurt. So we have a guy that he can definitely return punts and he can return kickoffs, and he's very heads up and intelligent. He's not CP and he's not Avery, but he's definitely a very solid piece. How do you guys feel about this guy coming in?
I mean, I think one of the things that you always harped on during the season last year was special teams. Something that we really, really needed to fix and adjust. So get a guy like that who's sure-handed, that can honestly help us flip the field, especially when we're trying to get the ball, whatever the case may be, is very pivotal to what the offense is trying to do this season. So yeah, I like the pickup, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm ecstatic. I mean, I'm just like I said, I'm so happy how Terry, getting in his bag or sharpening his chef knives and cooking it up. I mean, bringing this guy in with speed. I mean, he's going to be like a gadget player slash special teams ace. I mean, like I said, he's going to do a multitude of things. All you got to do is now just stay healthy. That's what Avery Williams couldn't seem to do, which is it's a league where you get hurt, but you only as great as your availability in any professional league. So we just need him to come in and be special, man. And like I said, the sky's the limit. I don't feel like Terry's done. I think he's just getting started, and he's finna stunt like his daddy. So
now here's the other thing. Coach Cam talked about it or whatnot. He said it was a similarity. I got to go back and look at the film on Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod might be a modern version of Allen Rossum. That was who Coach put out there, and I had to look, and I said,
awesome,
sure?
awesome. That's my boy.
And I'm just saying, if you gonna come, he said he reminds him a lot of Allen Rossum, and I guess it's because of the movement and pretty much the heads up ability to be able to see something and hit it soon as it opens up or before it opens up, because he has great anticipation and great ball skills. So I think Terry got him for the cheap. Terry got him for $6 million, 2 years,
man.
$3 million.
Bargain basement Terry, tightwad Terry. But hey, look, he tried to come tightwad Kirkwood Kuzzinz. Hey, he's like, oh no, we got to have that.
I think Terry still. I'm gonna say this. I still think Terry still did come tight with Kuzzinz. If you want to know the truth,
because
the deal was a steal.
Yeah, because we can get off under them last 2 years. We can get off under them last 2 years. He gave us a back. He gave us a back door.
That's what I'm saying. Terry, look, you never gonna hem Terry up with some money. You got to understand that boy is from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And look, he handled the Falcons' money like he handled food stamps. It's just what it is, dog.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So the other question I have for y'all is this. Now we've talked about the defense. We've harped on the defense for weeks at a time. Now, do you think Terry is going to go in the direction of drafting a young cornerback? Because we need another corner right now, and we also need another safety. Do you think he's going to go in and draft either one of those positions, or is he going to go the veteran route? What do you think?
I think he'll draft one.
Yeah, I think we draft everything we need. We're going to trade back. I just got this feeling of trading back. I just collect picks and go get them. Javon Bullard might be there. Amari Lassiter might be there. We would get all the dogs. Let's go.
No, I just think
he said Javon Bullard.
I just think with having freaking Mr. Gray, a freaking assistant coach, I just think with him, I think we'll be able to develop that freaking defensive back the way he wanted with a full season or whatever. I mean, heck, we might do both. We might still draft and then give a veteran to come in, cause like you said, depth is depth. And the way he's moving right now, a lot of the Falcons that we had ain't gonna be here, and we're gonna see some fresh new faces coming into the building. So, hey
Agreed.
man, I just think, man, he like K Dub said, man, we only scratched the real surface of what Terry Fontenot is doing right now. Him and Raheem Warren can cook it up something special. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I've already said my pick for the defensive back side of things is TJ Tampa. I said hands down, if you don't get TJ Tampa, you go get Kamari Lassiter. Those are two guys that are lockdown corners, or and when you want to build your depth, I still say go get the kid out of Virginia. I say go get the kid out of Virginia State at that cornerback spot. He showed out in the Legacy Bowl, definitely could have played anywhere in the country if he wanted to, but had more of an opportunity playing at the HBCU level. So it's three guys that I've always been championing for, but there's still a ton of great corners out there and a ton of great safeties. Kenny,
Yeah.
I'll give you another safety. He's out of Kansas. Kenny Logan Jr. is a guy that
Yeah,
he
yeah,
he
yeah,
shows up he shows up in a bad mood
yeah.
when he pretty much when he has a chance to knock the pass down. He's a ball hawk. He definitely is solid. He's always around the football, whether it's covering passes or stopping runners. And when he hits like a ton of bricks. And that is a guy that you would bring in with Helms and Bates. You have those two guys, those young guys learning from Jesse Bates in that secondary, and they're going to be rotating. You're going to build up chemistry with those two, and in the future, you're going to have you're going to have another fearsome secondary with those two back there because they both like to hit and they can both cover.
With the,
Yeah.
So
with that, with a young developing EP3, I mean Clark Phillip the third, man, I just think the secondary is going to just take that next step to be
Yeah.
elite,
I like I
elite.
also like oh go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
just
cut you
can't.
off.
I just can't to be elite. I just think, man, if we can solidify that linebacking core, which we did, because we found a crucial piece, in my opinion,
yeah.
and then work on that defensive front and getting Ayamada and Grady Jarrett some help. I'm telling you, man, this defense could be easily top 10 or either top 5 this year.
And my thing is, it's so many, like we said, it's so many guys out there. You have to, you have to look at the depth side of things. Grady got hurt last year, and he's getting up there.
Yep.
So you got Taquan Graham, he's still young enough, and you got David Onyemata, who we got on a couple of years, and he's doing well or whatnot. The question is, who would you guys like to see to come in on that defensive line that's going to learn from Grady and eventually become his successor? Because Grady and Jake Matthews eventually are going to have their successors come in, and they're going to have to start taking reps and learning from these guys because it's going to be a turnover sooner than later.
Oh yeah, it's coming. Devontae Quitt ain't gonna be there. So let's just get that out the way. He is not gonna be there when we try to get him. I just think if he was there, learning from Onyemata and Grady, boy, let me tell you something.
I mean he'll be there 8.
No, but do you pick that or do you still pick defensive end?
But you say he won't be there though. I mean if you're gonna get him at 8.
Yeah,
I'll give you this, man. Go get Jazon Newton out of Illinois. 304 pounds, 6'2". Yeah, he runs a 4.9 for a big man, but this is one of the best defensive linemen in the country, and he's one of the top defensive linemen in the country.
boy, kid.
He's one of those guys where, you know, he's violent at the point of attack. He's very slippery at the pretty much at the point of attack with these guys, and it's just one of the nastiest things. You got to get him, or you got to get Sweat to be behind Grady because
Right.
you're going to have to get that anchor of that defense. Everybody keeps talking about edge rushers. Understand this, folks, and I don't disagree with that. We need an edge rusher, but here's the thing: we need somebody that's going to be able to be in the middle to clog up the holes to make it easier for those edge rushers to be able to eat on the outside, opposed to getting caught up in garbage type blocks where guards and tackles are running through the alleys or whatnot and taking out your defensive ends and getting and pretty much kicking them out of the play and creating more issues for your linebacking core. And the linebacker core has to be addressed. Yes, we got Nate, and yes, we have Lando. We need another line. We need another set of linebackers to go along with it because the injuries hurt us this year.
The kid from Texas A&M, I wouldn't mind getting him in the later round for a linebacker. And I think for defensive tackle, if we don't go wet, I also like the kid from Missouri, the one that terrorized us. Last year. He can.
Everybody keep talking about Dallas Turner. Look, here, hometown boy. I'm gonna tell you just like this. I don't want him. I don't give a damn what you say. I'm gonna say it like this, dog. I'll stand on it. If he come, I'm gonna root for him. Give me Jared Verse, or you give me Latu, or you give me the kid, or you give me the kid from Missouri. I've already said this. It's two kids out of Missouri that I would take. I'd take innocent cornerback and that defensive end Robinson. That definitely is a terror.
Yeah,
so,
he is a terror.
And the reason why Latu may get taken is because he has connection, which we're going to from his Washington days.
Hey, I'm good with anything, man.
And I've been mentioning Troy Anderson the whole time, and I got Coach Cam in the building, but
Coach,
I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna let Coach chop it up on this, but I'm getting ready to put the link out there for everybody because what the next thing that we're gonna talk about, I want all the fans that's on here that are watching. I'm gonna put it in Facebook. I'm gonna put it on Twitter, and I'm also gonna put it on YouTube. There's a divide within this fan base, and we want to get down to it, and we want to hear why do you think that there's a divide amongst fans? And like I said, we're gonna be rotating folks in here. It's a 2-time limit or 2-minute time limit or whatnot. If we have a lot of people in here now, if we don't have a lot of traffic, we'll let you stay in a little bit longer. But we're definitely gonna be rotating folks because we want you guys to get involved and talk about some of the things you like, some of the things you don't like, but also what can the Falcons do to improve on what they're going to be doing for this season. So, Coach, welcome back to the cage. We're talking about defense right now. Which direction would you like to see them go while I'm putting all this information out for our viewers so we can get this next segment kicked off with you in the building?
Like I talked about on Monday, either in or we're going to go linebacker, Latu or Jared Verse, and if we go backer, the kid from Missouri. Those are the three guys. If I'm doing anything, those are the three guys that I truly want more than anybody. But if they're off the board at 8, I'm for sure taking Kool-Aid McKinstry to pair up with CP3 and AJ. So that's what I'm looking at right now. And I see you, geriatric Glenn.
Man, why you gotta sit there and pick on the old like that, man?
Bro, that just came out of nowhere too, man.
Yeah, you gonna sit there and pick on them. You know you ain't too far off either, Pops.
I'm telling you, man, it's the kids, bro. These kids.
Yeah,
you gonna sit there and blame the kids?
It's their fault.
It's not their fault.
How is it their fault?
They don't go to class. They don't turn in their homework. Then they run to their parents to tell me that they should be on the football field. Nah.
That is the life of a coach.
Nah. It's the kids' fault. I can't take them classes.
Wow. But you know how it is, man. For me.
Hey, look, I gotta throw the kid in there from Michigan, that cornerback, man. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Sandra Steele.
I like him too.
He can ball, man.
The linebacker you're talking about is Robinson. That's who we were talking about. Now everybody's talking about Chop. I think Chop would fit what we do, but honestly, I would love to see us go in another direction instead of just going to the Big Ten and trying to get guys. That's just me. I think as many other places that we can go get players. And I think that definitely would help out in a lot of ways.
But I still think we should go. Guard, either guard or tackle in this draft. Again, you have 2 players from Washington, and anybody on that Michigan offensive line would be a great fit to what we do here. But if we're going strictly defense, which I think we should. Definitely has to be a pass rusher because that's something that we've been complaining about for years. And the last legitimate pass rusher we had was Vic Beasley, and he was good for a year.
A good
So
year.
we have to fix that, because again, when you look back on it, we've had guys like Jonathan Abrams, Jesse Tuggle, Patrick Kearney. You had great pass rushers in the day. I mean, if we're looking at it now in the past couple of years, how many legitimate pass rushers can we truly say we've had that has, forced the quarterback into duress? Outside of
Not
Vic
many.
Beasley's one great year, what other pass rusher can we really hang our hat on? We haven't had one.
John
So that
Abraham was the last one.
the last one.
And then you got to also remember you had Patrick Kearney as well during that time. Let's see, Big Chuck Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talks about everybody, but we always, as Falcon fans, Chuck Smith is not mentioned enough, in my opinion. And then we caught Cornelius Bennett at the end of his career, but he still was a monster and a problem.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a ton of guys that have been that way. But hey, we
Exactly.
definitely are gonna see. We're definitely gonna see how things go when it comes to those pass rushers. But we're gonna go ahead and open this thing up to the folks.
Come on in.
We
Come
got
on
William
in.
Avery, our usual, that comes in. What's going on, Mr. FMLA?
What's
Go
going on?
on.
Hey man, he earned that nickname. When you call in on the hospital bed, you will always be known as FMLA, my boy.
Hey, man, that's loyalty right there. I can respect that.
Yes, sir.
Get in here, FMLA.
Sir.
That's messed up still.
But
So what's up, man? Why do you think it's a divide? Because we're gonna ask a question because we want you to get to it. We'll let you talk about some other stuff. But one of the main things that's been going on with this fan base since Kirk Cousins has come into the city, there is a huge divide amongst the fan base at this point. Why do you think it's a divide, and why do you always think that it's a divide amongst Falcon fans and there cannot be any type of unity in this organization?
I think everybody's got their voice, their own opinion. They won't like they want to be satisfied. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. They always want a black quarterback. They're not thinking about how like we had the Matt Ryans, we had Michael Vick, all that stuff. But I feel like if you support the logo, you support the logo. I know our fan base upset we ain't got Justin Fields, but Justin Fields didn't prove anything. This dude was 2-4 playing 500, I think under 500 teams. Like the dude wasn't good. Like you can tell, like they gave him the weapons, they gave him a playbook, and he just like seemed like he didn't know anything. So these black quarterbacks, they gotta learn how to read defense. Not saying they all have to always have to use their athletic. What's some word I'm trying to say?
Athletic.
Athleticism.
Yeah, they don't have to use all that. They have to read progression. So that's why you think Lamar Jackson, when he played against Kansas City, they know what he like to do. He like to stay in the pocket, or he'll try to run and take off, don't see nobody open. So my thing is, man, this fan base divided. And I think because they kind of upset with Mad Mike Sports. I like what his opinion, what he's saying, stuff like that. I don't know what Smitty Smith and them got going on in Big Low Country. They were all of them was cool before like 9 years ago, like 2015. But everybody went their own way in their own direction. But it's sad. All us supposed to come together as a logo and support one thing. All us want to win. And truth be told, man, I'm glad that Ritter had left. Sorry that it happened to him, but he just didn't fit the scheme where the team was going. And I blame that's on Arthur Smith, man. Arthur Smith never prepared a dude. Marcus Mariota never showed the boy how to develop, and he was a coward for walking out on the boy. Didn't show the boy nothing, and it's sad, man.
All right, definitely appreciate that, William. We're gonna go ahead and
Always,
pull
man.
you on out. We got our guy C double. Oh, he jumped off. That was our guy. That was our guy that's normally on with John and everything that comes in here, and he definitely gives the business. But and here's the thing, Damian Mitchell. Shout out to Damian Mitchell, whatnot. Son of Falcon tight end, former Falcon tight end Jim Mitchell, who should be in the Ring of Honor. And we're definitely gonna be politicking for that because he's still ranked 6th in the organization with receiving yards, and most guys had to pass him, and he's not even in the Ring of Honor, which is a disservice to one of the premier pass catchers before Junior Miller came. That was our unicorn. Most people don't even know that man was a running back in college, and he ended up getting converted to being a tight end because he was big and fast and he could block. But he grew up with the organization. He grew up in the organization, and 44 years later, Jim Mitchell is still not in the Ring of Honor, which is a travesty. a travesty.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful. So
Yeah,
we're
blasphemy.
definitely gonna be politicking on this page for Mr. Jim Mitchell. But Damian grew up in the organization, and the issue is, I think one of the issues is, and this is just me, is as Avery said, you have people looking at, oh, I just want a black quarterback. I want this. Yeah, here's the thing. It's nice to be able to set history like that. It's nice to have that. Yes, it's long overdue. I'll even admit that. However, I want somebody that's going to come in here that's going to win. They can be as green as this shirt. They can be as yellow as piss in the toilet. I'm just saying. I don't care. I want somebody that's going to come in here and that's going to win ball games. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at this point. We need a championship. Let's keep it real. We need a championship. Beggars can't be choosy. Beggars cannot be choosy.
Yeah.
We've been begging for a championship for over 40 years.
We've been begging for respect.
Hey, look, I'm looking
We
at.
don't even get respect.
He trying to repeat. He trying to repeat the same thing that happened with the Rams when they acquired Matthew Stafford. Man, I mean,
I see you in the back, Larry. We're gonna bring you in. I'm letting everybody get on here one at a time. Everybody, so they're not talking over each other. I'm sorry, K Dub. Larry was just popping.
Not much, just jumping on his podcast.
Okay.
Chris, what's up, man?
Oh shoot, I didn't know I was on. My bad. I was talking about something. You guys got me mid-sentence.
Got to protect yourself at all times, brother.
You know it, man. How y'all doing?
Good to have you in the building, man.
Man, you know how it is. Yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say there, Cap?
So, no, I was going to ask you the same question. What do you think is a divide within this fan base?
Well, first of all, there's always the quarterback. It's like this. There's always going to be the quarterback naysayers and then the quarterback positive sayers. All right. So, and then they just go ridiculous. Now, then you have the group that they're watching the games and they're just going, I'm seeing this. This is how I feel. And it's not hate. It's not anger, but you get angry when your team keeps losing. You see the same thing over and over. And I think with the Desmond fans, I don't understand why they kept wanting to make this like, this guy is our guy. Like I said, Matt Ryan went through. I mean, I tell you what, I don't think Desmond's never gotten criticized like Matt Ryan's gotten criticized. And look, my thing is this. Kirk Cousins, I've said it many times. Go get your guy. I said that on the eye test. And the thing is this. I personally wanted either us to draft or possibly get Fields. You know what? We got Cousins. And the one thing I've said about Kirk Cousins, I mean, I'm worried about, the injury and I'm worried about what he could do prime time. But here's the thing I will give him. The man works. The man stays accountable to that team and he makes it where he could be on the court and on the field. Even through bruises, hurts, he finds that he'll get the massage crew. He gets, the chiropractic. I mean, if you saw what he had to go through, you at least had to tip the nod and go, this guy's serious. Now, I understand everyone's worries of the playoff record. Guys, the Rams did the same thing when they went after Matthew Stafford. And who was on that coaching staff? And who was on that coaching staff? Raheem Morris.
I just talked about that.
They
want to recreate the magic. They want to recreate that magic, baby.
Now, Chris, this is something that a lot of people are not mentioning, and a lot of people don't want to reiterate that. But people forget Matt Ryan was getting booted in the first round. And for a while, people forget. Everybody remembers 2016. They talk about that, but let's be real. Everybody forgets we were having first and second round exits.
I tell you,
losses. We were having wild card losses.
Yeah,
and
with Tony Gonzalez and all that.
So when he had
love you, buddy. Remember we had a game where we lost to the Giants and we only scored 2 points.
That would have safety.
Exactly.
It's like Matt Ryan has had embarrassing losses. So this isn't about, Matt Ryan's better than this guy. But it's about, Marcus said it best. It's logo business. We're about it. We care about the Falcons team. And I get it. Some people love that. My thing was this. Desmond said the right things, but never did the right things. And I get it. He didn't have the quarterback coach, but sometimes you got to stand on your own 2 feet and be accountable for what you are. And my thinking is this, you know, black, white, whatever. I'm going to be legit. I love the Falcons. I've been to games. I went to games when they were in Fulte Stadium. My dad took me when I was a very young kid. And then I went to the Georgia Dome. Loved that atmosphere. I've been to a game at the Benz.
Yep.
This fan base wants a winner. They don't, if we could just get a winner. And honestly, my thing is this. If we could just get the fan base to stop looking at the guy's skin or just looking at the guy, oh, he's not doing, we should have gotten this time. This is the guy on our team. He's a dork, but he's our dork. And I like him. I mean, look, will I flush his head down the toilet? Yes, I would. But I believe in the guy. But I will tell you guys, I love the idea of trading down. I think if there's an opportunity,
Trade back,
and
baby.
teams get desperate. They get that quarterback lust feeling. They're going to get hungry, and they're going to make some stupid trades. We could take advantage of some teams. And if
you want to come up to 8? You want to come up to 8?
Yeah,
Come on, baby.
look,
come on up.
How bad you want this quarterback? I mean, we might take him. We can put him on our team, knowing we ain't. But you can play that game with them, and then they make that trade, and you still get your either defensive edge, which I'm begging for the last couple of years. Get a defensive edge. I like Verse. I like Turner. As long as we get someone that says edge, I'm down. Let's just thank you. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying, guys. It's just simple. If a team wants a quarterback, and guys, you know how it goes. There's gonna be something that happens in the draft. Somebody's gonna drop, and somebody's gonna get desperate. Just play the game and see what you can do.
I'm gonna put you with this one here, and then I gotta let Larry jump.
Oh, I understand.
And
what's up, Larry?
Here's the thing. Jordan Travis is the guy that I'm speaking on. Him and Michael Pratt. I'm gonna speak on those two because guess what? Those cats. Think about it. Jordan Travis dislocated that ankle this year. He's sitting. He's healing. Guess what? Let him heal up. Let him learn. Let him get stronger. Watch film.
Ryan.
Or if not him, go get Michael Pratt, the dude who knocked off Caleb Williams and won a ton of big ball games. Kid is a winner.
Yeah, Ryan. And when you draft him, when you draft a kid, you tell him as soon as you draft him, we're taking the Jordan Love approach. We're gonna babysit your ass.
I bet now,
guys,
before right now.
Yeah, I will tell you right now. When I'm doing the draft, when I do my mock drafts, he's always available in that 4th, 5th round. Jordan Travis and Pratt. So I'm telling you, I would go that route. I wouldn't have a problem if they draft a quarterback. And not only that, you actually could keep Taylor Heineke if he redoes that contract. Here's the thing. What have we all said about Taylor? He didn't play like he normally does with Arthur. Who's to say now that Arthur's gone, Taylor's going to try to throw that ball everywhere?
Yeah, he had his shot.
You got 4 quarterback coaches on the team.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to keep a backup, you keep a veteran guy. You draft a guy that, like you just said, red shirt year. You're going to sit. You're going to learn. And then, you have Taylor for 1 year. When the year's over, Taylor gone.
Yeah.
And then you can move that guy up. And then, but Kirk's still playing. It's just a thought, but we'll see. Guys, love y'all. And I'm going to listen in the chat. I'll be back.
Appreciate it, Chris.
All right. Thank you.
Now entering the birdcage, we have Larry Dixon, the host of the Dixon Way. I like it. You do. You might as well check him out anyway. Let's go. I had to give you a little echo, Larry. I'm sorry, dog. You show me so much love, dog. I gotta return it, big bro.
Appreciate it. What's going on, fellas? Good
What's
night.
going on?
My thoughts about the fan base. The sky's blue. The water's red. It is what it is. I don't even try to engage in it no more. My main thing about it was, yeah, I didn't want Kurt, but again, I didn't think that this team was a quarterback away from a Super Bowl or even contending. That being said, I like the moves that Terry is making. And it's not like he didn't try to go. He went after Danielle Hunter, and Danielle Hunter chose the Texans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got more guaranteed money, but the money was the same. It's just got more guaranteed from them. So he said, I'm going to go with the younger team.
And he going home.
And went home. So I can't knock that, but at least he tried. You know what I'm saying?
He's swinging for the fences. He's swinging for the fences, man.
Yeah. Getting anything for Desmond Ridder is amazing.
You about to give Cam a headache, bro. You know, look, Larry, you about to give Cam a headache. Cam already done broke out the aspirin already behind backstage.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry, man.
All this man out, man.
Hey, he's no longer here. My headache is gone. I'm migraine free, baby. He gone.
Hey, hold up. Hey, Larry. Larry, I wanted to ask you this, Larry, because I saw you on. Well, we were on Marcus's show live earlier or whatnot today. Shout out to Marcus on the mark, our guy. Definitely out here doing big things and you know, putting some things in perspective right now with the Falcons, and literally has been spot on with a lot of stuff. It seems like a lot of the content creators that are putting everything out, we've been spot on with a lot of the things that we've said from your perspective. Marcus, I know Uncle Steve, you know, he was on Desmond to Desmond left. But you know, he's all about the Falcons, and then you know. But the question I have for you is this, Larry. And hold
on, Rob. Larry, you said you love Des?
No, I'm just repeating the sounder. Shout out to Uncle Steve. I love Desmond.
That's what Uncle Steve plays to be funny about this. If you ever watch, that's what he'll play. Yeah, he don't man, take the test. Look, take all the swelling out of your chest, bro. Just breathe,
man. He's gone.
Am I gone?
Listen, am I gonna
that
have to
migraine is gone, brother? Keep him
am
away
I gonna
from
have
him.
to mail you some kind of medication, dog?
Yeah.
I just took some. I took some before I came on camera.
Take some more.
Take some more.
But Larry, so why do you think? So Larry, here's the question, bro. Why do you think that there's such a divide with this fan base when it comes to, you know, we knew people were going to be pissed about the quarterback situation. It's always a position that everybody is pissed off about. But I'm just going to keep it a buck. Most people that just focus on the quarterback, to me, and this is my opinion, Ryan Shea Walker, aka the historian. Yes, I put my government out there. Don't give a damn. I feel like they're casuals. Because if you just say that if the quarterback throws an interception to trick off the game, it is what it is if it's a tight game. However, there were games where we had defensive struggles for years. We finally had a good defense last year. Finally.
Question.
Now, I'm not the biggest Matt Ryan fan like that, you know, but I supported him because he had the logo on his helmet. I'm logo loyal, not player loyal, logo loyal. Now, he kept us in ball games when he was here. Much as people don't like him, people can't stand him, and they call him padded stats and everything. But the problem was the defense. The defense would fold like a 78 Eldorado bending the corner off Auburn Avenue. Literally would fold like that, dog.
Damn.
So the question is, why the hell do we have fans that really can't see what the overall problem is? And why is there such an issue with black and white at this quarterback spot? Now, I got my reasons, but I want to hear yours.
Well, for the black and white situation, man, a lot of people just felt like for some reason that the Falcons did Mike Vick wrong. It stems all the way back there. It just does. And if you really look at it, it kind of is what it is on that. The organization had to move on. Whether you agree with it or not, they did. They got a quarterback under tremendous pressure to perform and became the best quarterback in our franchise history. But some people would never forgive the Falcons for doing that. Now, same thing, I got into it with people, and more so it was an initial, shock of us getting Kirk. Not based on his merits, but I felt some kind of way that we threw money at a 36-year-old quarterback when Matt was 36-year-old and we kicked him out the door. I understand that Lamar got, more guaranteed money, this and the third, but we did not even, pick up the phone and call that gentleman, then call his agent. So when you have that, the year before that said, Arthur Blank talking about injuries, we don't want to base the most important player on the field when he has an injury or a potential to get an injury. He said the potential, the way he played, potential to get an injury. And we throw all the money, all the particulars of the contract, we throw all the money at Kirk Cousins off the season ending. Especially when they already on one side of the fence or the other. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about baiting or anything like that. But if you're looking at it from a certain view, like they didn't even try to get Lamar, but they gave Kirk Cousins a deal, then some people may feel some kind of way. But when you really look at the contract and stuff like that, you see it's only a 2-year deal. You also hear that Kurt is good with the teammates. His teammates love him. They love to play with him. Everything sounds good right now. He's my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It's shout out to Mark, who always said on the mark, saying about logo business, man. We root for the team on the front, not for the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so I'm going to wish him well. You know what I'm saying? No disheartedness or anything. But there's a certain segment that, regardless, man, they want someone to represent them. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Representation, people like that. You know what I'm saying? They got that feeling and they want it back. You know what I'm saying? So
here's the question. But I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want to ask you this because you just said something and it just made me think. Now, we got a 2-minute limit, but I'm gonna give you an extra minute because it was something that you just made me think about. Yeah. We got John the cricket preacher in the back. But the question I got for you is this, Larry. Yeah. Now, you talk about representation. Here's my question. What the hell good is representation when you have a black quarterback that ain't winning?
There you go.
I'm just going to say it. Look, I don't give a damn about the man color. Can he win ball games? That's all I care about. Can he win? Because the only black that I give a damn about is that black on the uniform for these Falcons. I ain't worried about the eye black. They can get visors for that. Hold on, they wear visors for that. The only black I care about is that black that's literally on that jersey. That's it. I get this. Look, man, I was born black. All of us on this panel, it's obvious. But then we also have some of our other fans that come through here that are Caucasian, Hispanic, as you saw, Chris that came through. Look, we don't give a damn about color. Color, we know what it is. Different pigmentation. But the question is this. Outside of the pigmentation, can we get the reputation to win ball games? That's the respect that we need. The hell with all the history shit, because we've had a history of being bad. Can we change the history and be a good ball club? That's my question.
That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he a Martian. Can he throw the ball with accuracy? Can he get the ball down the field? Obviously, Kyle Pitts is ecstatic about it. He was like, I don't want no money, bro. Just get me the damn ball. You know what I'm saying?
That's it,
And
man.
to further talk about logo business, man, most people, they get fat heads or whatever it was a gift and stuff like that. They get their favorite player, man. I got the Falcon helmet on my wall downstairs because we bought Falcon business and the logo. You know what I'm saying? Players come and go. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Players come and go. People mad that Julio left. We want Julio back. Let that go. Let it go. We want Matt back. So let it go. Kurt's here. We got to put, you know what I'm saying, all our, goodwill towards him and Terry Fontenot. Man, it seemed like Terry is really playing. You know what I'm saying? He's
Standing on
allowed to
business.
be cooking. So let the man cook. I'm looking forward to seeing what's up. Hopefully I'm wrong. I didn't think we had a roster to compete for a Super Bowl. That's what I said. So I'm putting it out there.
Boy said they ready.
I feel like we can win this division. I don't know if we're going to be a real contender yet, but I got to see what the draft look like, the rest of free agency. But if we can have a Detroit Lions season, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Dog, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna let you go, Big Larry, because we gotta bring in John the Baptist preacher, the cricket preacher. Let's just be real, dog. We really see everything that's happening and that's going on right now. Everybody's talking, oh, but we don't want this. Okay, if Kirk Cousins catch fire and they can actually protect this dude, and he can actually get the best out of Kyle Pitts, the best out of Drake London, and spread that ball around, because he got a hell of a deep pass. He's accurate with it, very accurate with it. And if you actually get this guy to throw, think about it. Michael Irvin said he throws these wide receivers open, and he described it today on Undisputed. Now, I don't even watch Undisputed like that since Shannon left, but I just saw the clip of it. Michael Irvin said it like this, and the playmaker know what the hell he's talking about. It's just like a now and later. For those who don't know what a now and later is, it is a hard piece of a Laffy. It's pretty much a hard piece of taffy that comes in a square that you can get at the corner store. You won't get those in the nice neighborhoods. You have to go to the neighborhoods that are a little grim, but it's still warm and full of love. But some of the best candy and the best food. I'm just gonna keep it politically correct. Now, we pretty much got a quarterback for now, pretty much like a now later. You can bite half of it, wrap it up, and save it for later. Guess what? You got Kirk Cousins now for the first 2 years. Like you said, draft your quarterback, bring him in, let him sit, let him learn how to be a professional, how to study film, how to read a defense, how to break the game down, how to be a true student of the game. So at the end of the day, hey, bite that now later in half, wrap that sucker up, that's your draft pick, slide it in your pocket. Thank you for coming on, my boy, Larry. Appreciate you.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob. Before we bring on John, right? It's something that Larry just said that was very intriguing. Because if you truly look at our fan base, we all a majority of them want that shiny, that shiny trinket, right? But if you keep it football, Deshaun Watson has the same record in the playoffs as Kirk Cousins. Lamar Jackson has the same. He has one more win now, but it's almost identical. Justin Fields ain't sniffed the playoffs since he's been in the league. Russell Wilson is the only African American quarterback as of right now in the league today that has a championship, and he should have two. So we have to stop looking at, I want a black coach. Yeah, representation matters. I'm a black man, and the majority of our fan base is African American. I get that, but we haven't sniffed the playoffs in 6+ years. What we need right now is a proven commodity that's going to help move this team forward. Because if you look at it last season, the defense pretty much kept this team in every single game we played, and the offense went to bed every single game. Whether it was Desmond Ridder, whether it was Tyler Heineke, and the one time Logan Woodside got in the game, he got bent before halftime.
Fact.
So again,
Please don't remind us about that.
We truly
Dang, that was horrible.
we as the fan base have to do better and stop wanting the Bugattis right away. You have to work your way up to that. Be okay with your Honda Civic. It's gonna get you from point A to point B, and then once you done started winning, now we can start looking at, okay, once we get the team that we truly need and that's going to truly compete, now you can start looking at the quarterback that's going to get you to the Super Bowl. But right now, like Larry said, we are not a quarterback away. We have way too many pieces that are missing on this team for us to be true contenders. Mm-hmm. So all the nonsense that our fan base is yapping about, y'all, we got to stop. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand it. It's way too many casuals posing as football fans. Because you're not a fan of football. You a casual. You a fan of a person or a color.
Fact.
I'm a fan of the logo. I've always been a fan of the logo. I was born into this thing.
Yeah.
I'll go, man.
One thing with y'all on, I will not get a quarterback in this draft because we have so many holes. I need to fill those holes. If I'm gonna go for a quarterback, I may go next year. But
this year is deeper than the next year if you do your research. So you got to snag one this year, just and stash them. Trade back, gather more picks, Larry. Trade back.
I feel y'all, but my thing is this: I don't want a Spencer Rattler. That rhymes with Ritter. I'm saying like this,
man,
no, we already said we don't want Rattler, dog.
Ain't nobody brought up no Spencer Rattler.
No, we ain't say no. The quarterbacks that we said, Larry, and I'll tell you this here: we said hands down, if we gonna take anybody, we got to take Jordan Travis because that was the one who was a Heisman contender, and literally Florida State fell off like a bad bag of dope when he got hurt. Period. Everybody saw that. They were not the same team without that guy. He moved the needle. And he turned, think about it. We saw him when he first came in as a bad quarterback, and he learned how to play quarterback and turn the corner. He dislocates his ankle, and boom, everything goes out of the window. But again, you let him sit, you let him rehab, you give him the Jordan Love treatment. If you don't get him,
the Jordan Love experience.
Yeah, if you don't get him, you go ahead, like we said, you go ahead and grab Michael Pratt, and I'm still going to stick by my HBCU boys. If you don't want to draft the quarterback and you want to have all these holes, bring in Jeremy Musa as an undrafted free agent and let him learn, let him work, because the dude can be a starter. And then you get Darius Ricketts out of North Carolina Central University. As I said before, you got Coach Black on the staff who was an Alabama A&M quarterback and was a damn good quarterback in the SWAC. So he understands. Xavier Smith, who plays for the Rams now, was one of the top receivers in the country and was drafted in the 4th round and damn sure showed his ass this year for the Rams. So that's all I got, Larry. But
I feel you. Nah, I just feel like we got so many holes to fill.
Yeah. But we definitely appreciate our brother Larry coming through tonight.
Tribute.
The Dixon Way raid always is lovely. But you guys go ahead and check out
Deuces. Appreciate you.
All right.
Larry.
See you next go, Ryan.
Y'all go ahead and check out Larry, the Dixon Way. Great content for sports fans. You get tired of listening to Joe Buck, Chris Collinsworth, and all them boys. Hey, man, that man right there definitely needs to be on TV. He's definitely exciting, and he's very partial. He calls it right down the middle. Now, welcoming into the church house, we got the Crooked Deacon, John the Baptist Harris, a.k.a. the quarterback critiquer of the Falcons and the offensive line critiquer and a car lover at that. What's going on, Big John?
Welcome. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
He about to go in when he say good evening like that. Let me get my drink. Hold on, let me get my drink. I know this will be good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
First of all, this was a bolt out of the blue. I did not expect for Desmond Ritter to be gone this quick, this suddenly. Everyone else had gotten to the point where, hey, he's here. It doesn't cost, we may as well keep him. He's not costing that much, whatever. But bam, he gone. And one thing that I've got to do, my conscience would not sit well unless I did do this. I got to apologize to the man. Desmond, Mr. Ritter, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had a Pillsbury Doughboy as a coach with the ego of a damn pharaoh that did not invest in you the way that he should have and done what it was that he should have done to you. Now, a lot of the things that took place was Ritter's fault, to be sure. However, what do you expect if you don't coach him, if you don't groom him, if you don't bring him up? What do you expect? Now, you guys were talking about the Falcons fan. Every Sunday, I get accused of fleecing the flock from the pulpit. I get accused of not bringing the word to them from the source that it should come from. Some people say I'm bringing the word from my pocket, trying to get in their pocket to put what they have in their pocket in my pocket.
You better preach,
Hey.
preacher.
Now, every time that collection plate goes by you, it's not for you to touch it. It ain't for you to just tap your hand on there. It's for you to put something in there. That plate, all I'm seeing is fingerprints. I need dollars. I need money. I need it in there. I got to has it. Your Falcon fan is no different from any other fan of the other 31 teams in the league. When you divide them into diehard fans, knowledgeable fans, casual fans. When we opened the Georgia Dome, there were rules that we came out with that we didn't have over there in Fulton County Stadium. Oh, you must wear your hair no longer than shoulder length. You must dress and act in a manner appropriate for football. And when you go walking around our mall, which was the Georgia Dome, you're not there for football. It was too pretty. It was too nice. Look at what your stadiums look like right now. Jerry World.
Too nice.
Las Vegas,
Agreed.
Los Angeles, Minnesota. Covered, creature comforts, Wi-Fi, everything for it to be as conducive as you staying at home. So you drew people down there because of how luxurious it was, not for the football, for the football. Now that you've done that, us six right here, as well as various other people who critique the football for the football logic, for the football acumen, for the actual football that we watch, and we grade it according to what our standards are. Those of you who have coached, those of you who have played, we look at the football and grade that football on, did that make sense, that play they called? Does it make sense for you to have an offensive line smaller than everybody else? Does that make sense for you to go and make the moves that you made? A lot of people don't do that. I was looking at what they were serving in the Las Vegas stadium out there, in the owner suites, the smoozing suites. Okay, man, you couldn't look at football. You can't look at football. You looking at food. You're looking at how the doggone lobster is wrapped around the piece of wood. You looking at how the steak has been cut into the form of the Vegas Raiders logo. You're looking at the people that are walking. Ooh, that look nice right there. That's what you looking at.
You ain't lying, John. You ain't lying.
That's what you looking. You don't. Hey, I was telling somebody, look, man, I got to sit in general admission. I got to sit in general admission because see, if I sit up there in the owner's box or I sit up there in one of those suites, I'm not going to be able to concentrate on the football game. I'm not going to be able to concentrate on the football game. And that's what people are, I mean, to the extent that they can, that's what people are doing, you know, and their opinion is driven by sports talk radio, especially our group that has been there so long and so wrong. Okay. You know, these people, man, these people, Dukes and Bell, those folk from drive time, you sitting in the car, you know, you're listening to all this stuff coming out. And if you didn't know any better about the game, if you didn't know anything better about the game, you fall for that crap. You fall for it. Now, they have some truths there. They have some truths there. They have some good points. However, us, the people who really know about the game, we have a finely tuned BS meter, you know, especially post office folk. And I guess you military folk too.
Yeah.
You got a finely tuned.
I plead the fifth on both of those, sir.
Well, sir, I'm telling it like it is. Post office people can see a mile away. And y'all got my meter. I mean, some of the things that these jokers say, they got my meter pegged all the doggone time. I thought the meter was broke because it was in the red all the time. God dog, man, can you stop, please? You know, seriously. So, I mean, it's going to be a never-ending battle for us. Those of us who really look at this game to continue to try to tell people, look, it's not what they're telling you. Look, this is like this, that is like that. And, you know, Facebook and YouTube have not made it any easier because they don't like for us now to put film out, to break things down on our shows and stuff. We have to tell them, have to paint a picture by our words. And a lot of times the people who are listening, they don't get it. They don't get it. You can only hope that one day, that they get it. You know, you can only hope that one day that they get it. But hey, man, that's why we go and make the donuts every day. That's why we get up, go and make the donuts every day. Because hey,
I got it.
Yes,
John,
sir.
I gotta say it for you like this here. How did old Sam Cooke say? It's been a long time coming, but a change is gonna come.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm telling you.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's
Yes,
been
sir.
too long living, but I'm afraid to die. But guess what? We died with damn Desmond Ritter and Arthur Smith. That was a death by paper cuts. Seriously.
Yeah,
Mariota,
That right there
Ritter,
was 1,000
Heineke, freaking Woodside. That was just a death by paper cuts. And you know, the draft picks that Arthur Smith made now will probably end up being more valuable now because we got somebody who know what the hell they doing with bringing in talent, and they have been the muzzle and the gag is off. I'm telling people like this. If I got to compare Terry Fontenot to anybody, I'm gonna compare Terry Fontenot to the great Jackie Robinson. I ain't comparing him to Marion Motley, who literally was playing football a year before Jackie moved up into the majors. And they were gentlemen and they did what they did on the field. But I would have to say Terry Fontenot was in the Jackie Robinson approach. They held that gag on him for 2 seasons. They pulled that gag off. Jackie pretty much became Ty Cobb in color, as they would describe him. And if any of y'all know about Ty Cobb, he was one of them dudes you did not mess with on the baseball diamond. Real talk. Do your history report on that. One of the greatest baseball players, but one of the nastiest. But he's from the state of Georgia, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll give it to you like this. Terry's got the gag off now. You don't have old egghead watching you now. You know, you don't have him making the decisions, holding your hand while you got to go to the bathroom. You know, I feel like this. Terry has earned enough credibility with this fan base to be able to make choices now. Because first off, he got rid of those bad contracts we had. He
In the
cleared
book.
us out of cap hell. Period. Period. Secondly, this gentleman built a defense with plug and play players last year with 1-year deals, 2 and 3 year deals. You didn't see anybody get. The only person on that defense that got major money was Jesse Bates and David Ayumeta. Those are the only guys that got major money on that defense. Terry's not going to overspend on guys, period. There's a ton of talent and it's a ton of diamonds out there that you can get for little to nothing. And Terry has shown that, because if you look at the new, and I hate to talk about it because that's where he worked. Terry learned how to keep a team together and how to keep a competitive team when he was in that trash bag of a city of Nolan. Let's be real. They always had good teams when he was in that front office.
Yep.
They always was in the playoffs when he was in that front office.
Yeah.
And you look at what he's doing right now. Okay, Atlanta starting off slow. We had a 3-year. We had a 3-year hiatus when he first came in because they took over a messy situation. Arthur Smith made it more messy. Let's just keep it real. Arthur Smith made it more messy. Raheem Morris is cleaning this up right now by bringing in the pieces, but we needed to get off the paper, as my man John would say, and we got to put it on the field because all these moves look good right now. They look beautiful. But can this stuff translate? Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. That was the fan of me coming out. But let me get back to the podcast side. Can this stuff translate on the field? Can it translate into winning ball games? Can it translate into Atlanta having some respect given to them? Because when Kirk Kuzzinz came here, matter of fact, before Kirk Kuzzinz came here, when Belichick was thinking about coming here, glad he's not here, but they started to tell a different narrative about Atlanta. Listen to the media. We aren't a joke as much as people think we are. We still a joke in our own minds and our own local people in the city. You know, like D. Orlando Ledbetter. Yeah, I spoke on it. I stand on what I said. You are awful. You know, you and Taz Moore, y'all need help. Y'all find any and everything to trash this team. And I tell them that, and it's no disrespect, it's what they do. And it's their job. And they get reactions out of all of us. And two like that keep our fan base divided. Let's keep that a buck. Them two, they keep us divided with some of the stuff that they spew out and throw against the wall because they need to generate reactions. They need to generate clicks. They need to generate sales because journalism, ladies and gentlemen, is a dying field right now. You see Sports Illustrated let go of all of their, pretty much everybody that worked there. Journalism is a dying art now. You're not getting articles written anymore. You're getting what we're doing right now, podcasts and everything else. And if you look at it, now that you have fans able to do what we're doing, it's taking money out of their pockets. So controversy sells. So if they keep controversy because of the clout that they have, hey, we keep feeding them or whatever, it's going to be that way. But my thing is, I'm sorry, one more thing, John, I'm going to let you go. Not go, but let you speak. The best writers that I ever read, Steve Weiss is one of them, one of my favorites. I grew up reading him. And there's a gentleman by the name of Ralph Wiley, God rest his soul, worked for Sports Illustrated for a long time, covered boxing and football. So my thing is, Steve Weiss was the standard after Furman Bishop, because you got to remember, Furman, if anybody know about Furman Bishop, he was the first real writer. Him and Dave Neal and Dave Kendrick, those three were damn good writers for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And I'm going back to when John had an afro back in the day when I say that. But now we slide from that transition to Steve Weiss, who was one of the best, and he's in NFL Network right now because of the great work that he's done. And now we settle for guys that keep this fan base divided and they speak on more personal opinions than they do facts. That's a problem. That's a serious problem. And until we as fans can stop being divided at this point, you got to stop feeding the BS with those people, or feeding the BS with negative content. Period. But go ahead, John. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
got
no,
on
no,
my
no.
pulpit, man. I
Oh, no, no.
apologize. I got on my pulpit because I'm just tired of these journalists. We have some great journalists that are still out there. Miles Garrett, Daniel Flick, who've come on this show. Jamil Hill. You have great journalists who are still around. If I got to speak on it, Terrence Moore and D. Orlando Ledbetter fall into the same category as Jason Whitlock to me. Awful journalists. Period. And I stand on it.
Now, before I say what I've got to say, how many characters is Twitter? Is it
I
230?
want to say it's like 240 or something like that. So it's not much.
Okay, 240 characters, up from 128, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain the 3-4 defense in 128 characters?
Impossible.
Nah, it's
How about
impossible. It's
how
too many
about
intricacies
200?
with that, man.
My point exactly. My point exactly. See, you have short attention span theater running all around this country. If you can't get your idea across in a very short span of time, you see people's eyes glaze over, the nose start running, and they might fart on you because you've overloaded them.
Yeah.
You have overloaded them. They lose all bodily control over all bodily functions, and they just go. I mean, it's over.
Yeah,
It's over because the majority. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to be real here. See, and look, I got to be just like this right here. Now, if you want to drink some ginger ale and be playing around, you drink that doggone Canada Dry. But if you want something, that Red Rock, this is the way I always am. I'm about that Red Rock, where you can't eat, where if you pour it in a glass, you start sneezing because them bubbles are attacking just as soon as they come out of the bottle.
Yes, sir.
Americans as a whole are some of the dumbest people on earth. We are.
John, the funniest thing I heard, because we got to wrap it up, because we're a little past the time, and I apologize, man, but you definitely, we got to have you back next week. But the thing I learned when I was overseas was this. And Killian can attain, he can actually vouch for this, and so can K-Dub, and so can Coach Cam, because we're all vets and we've all been deployed.
Mm-hmm.
We've heard from pretty much people outside of America. They say, y'all are the most free enslaved people in the world.
Yeah.
If you and a lot of people don't understand that. I'm not gonna break it down for you, because that's something I'm gonna let you marinate on that one, because we're gonna bring that back to you next week. And I'm gonna say it like this: as a Falcon fan, we are the most free enslaved fan base in the NFL. And the reason I say enslaved is this: mentally, we are enslaved of a losing mentality. We're free to sit back and tell the truth. We're free to tell the truth. We're free to talk about what's wrong. We are free to talk about our teams in a different light. We can speak truth about how bad they're playing, what they need to improve on. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's not hating when you can sit there and talk about things that are factual. That's not hating. Hating is when you sit back and say, if you watching Atlanta score 30, 40 points a game, oh man, that offense is washed. They not that good. They getting lucky. They doing this here because that team is not doing this. No, that's BS. That's BS. That's what you call hating. And the mindset that I'm speaking on is the fact that people don't want to speak the truth about what they see and about what their eyes are telling them. So Not gonna disrespect my other Falcon fans because we love everybody in here that's a Falcon fan. If you got that logo and you ride for the logo, you family. But you are gonna have arguments in the family. But here's the thing: there's no reason why this family, as this title says, divide among fans. There's no reason why there should be a divide in this fan base. The reason why we get laughed at, the reason we're not respected in other cities and other places is because we are so divided. Because if you saw the social media pages when they said Kirk Cousins was the quarterback, you sit back and you can say what you pissed off about, that you didn't like the pick, but don't denounce your fandom.
Yeah.
Don't denounce your fandom. Because, dog, you was never a fan from the start. You were never a fan from the start if you're going to denounce your fandom. Point blank, period. It's either red or it's dead to me. And I went old school for you, John. For us that went to Fulton County Stadium back in the day. Not these newbies. We talking about the section where by the third quarter it smelled like it smelled like cheap liquor. Gin, vodka, doggone Sham Pipple, as Fred Fox would say.
Yeah,
Ripple in the stand. Well, Ripple in the stands for John. Hold on. Ripple in the stands for John.
Some of that Seagram gin, that Seagram.
Thunderbird. Thunderbird.
Look, that Thunderbird and grapefruit juice for you.
Yeah.
Thunderbird.
But I'll just say this, man, wrapping this thing up. We got this team. They here. These guys are here. They're going to be here. They're not going nowhere. So understand, if you're going to support this team, support this team. Don't worry about the players that come through here. You support them when they're in the uniform because they're going to leave just like Larry said. It's about the logo. If you ain't got that logo in here and that heart of yours and that heartbeat, and then your blood is not red and black, we ain't got nothing to talk about. So I'm going to stand on this and we up out of here. I stand on Falcon business. I'm always going to be a Falcon until the day that I die. I'm going to be a Coastie to the day that I die. I'm going to be a black man to the day that I die. And when I speak on race, I don't give a damn who's playing quarterback and what their color is. If he can generate numbers up under that W that go up and got more numbers in the W column than that L column, that's all that matters to me.
Yes, sir.
To hell with the color.
That's it.
Falcon bone.
Thank you.
Yeah, Falcon bone.
What it is.
Yes,
to
sir.
hell
Falcon
with color. Let's get these wins. So get out your feelings. Jump on the bandwagon because Kirkwood Kuzzinz with a K is in the building. We out. BirdCage. Hey, John, I wanted to tell you thank you for coming on, man. I ain't mean to step on your toes, man. I was feeling it.
Oh, no. Hey, man. No problem. No problem at all. No problem at all.